I gotta look at. I know you guys think it's crazy. I know, and the comments in the last video were crucifying me for this, but you gotta respect somebody that lives life on their own terms and doesn't apologize to people they don't owe apologies to. I don't really think Bonnie's doing anything wrong. I don't. No, I'm not tipsy. I just, do you know what? You be unemployed for a year and a half. You be unemployed for a year and a half. Have to shut down everything, and then things are starting to get better. It's like when you go from surviving to thriving. That's what Doug MPA tells me. You just start smiling. You're like, you got the ones that watched me. It was very tough to have me in a good mood. I was like, fuck, am I going to go have to apply to sales jobs? I could do it. I don't mind sales, but I really love what I'm doing. I love it. I love this job. I would have been so sad. I feel like I was meant to be a YouTuber. I really was. I'll continue. I'm sorry. I'm riffing. This is going to be a disorganized show. I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts, okay? I got to do it, you know?
World, I trust.
Okay, Neil, I'm gonna explain this to you. If you want me to read your comments, I'm gonna read this one because I'm nice, right? But in the future, go to theaudacitynetwork.com. We are usually on the App Store, but they kicked us off for some reason. Why? Why would you do that? So I'm going to fix it. But now it's just the website, and you got to go on there in the live stream and put Pearl Read. But I will do this out of goodwill because I love you guys. As this 43-year-old single father, is there any hope for me to get married, to find a woman to get married? Yeah, Neil, there's a lot of hope, but it's just I would manage your expectations. Don't expect her to stay for life. I would expect before the kids, some good sex, and then after the kids, no sex, you could start cheating. Do you know what I mean? There's hope. There's good women. They're just good for now. Like, I want to put like the equivalent of being a woman. Now, men are in general better people, but imagine if you had the power to get 21-year-old women that are hot, into you, and willing to have sex whenever you wanted on a dating app. It would be a little bit tempting to just ruin your life and go start family number 2 with those women, wouldn't it? At least a little bit. At least a little bit. That's women. So I just wouldn't expect much. I wouldn't expect. Expect nothing's forever, yeah. So I'd expect her to ruin your life after. And if you're willing to do that, you know. Yeah. All right, I'll continue the Tate thing. I'll keep going.
Trust you're guiding us. I trust you to take care of us. Yes, sir. Those women are driving Bentleys currently, living in mansions currently. And the women who say, I don't want to listen to you, I want to do what I want, are currently in council houses. And I have kids with all of them. And I don't give a fuck. Because this is my masculine imperative, to impregnate. And when I die, no matter what you think of me, no matter what anyone thinks of me, no matter what anyone watches this, has a bad problem with me, whatever, I get to die with 100 children. I win. I had 100 kids. I was one of the most famous men on the planet, made hundreds of millions of dollars, spent a little time in jail, whatever. I win. Great life. Genghis Khan. There's men out there who go, oh, no, do you know I've got my 2 kids? That's enough. That's your choice. To me, it sounds like failure, perma-failure. And the only reason they're doing that is because their women wouldn't give them more. Or they're afraid to have kids with another woman in case their woman finds out.
A lot of guys, so like I speak to, the wife wants another kid, but they don't want it because they know they'd have to work longer hours. They know they'd have to do more work. Yeah, the wife wants another kid because she's like, now, what's going to happen in a few months? I'm going to have to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. Hey, I'm going to pop out another kid. So a lot of the time, I think the women do want more kids and the dads don't, but it's because of the pressure. They know that that additional kid is going to mean in terms of income.
It's because they're gay.
Bonnie, do you think Andrew Tate is guilty of the charges against him?
I don't know. What's the saying? Innocent until proven... No, yeah, innocent until proven guilty. Are you a rapist?
What do you really think? What do you think?
No, I think why would he? He gets pussy easy enough. Why go and cause drama for yourself?
Bonnie is the most based person. You know that you're probably one of the smartest women I've spoken to.
I'm quite smart. To say I have a brain and I am smart only in what I do. For example, like if you ask me about sex work, media, or marketing, I've got an answer. You ask me about I don't know. I don't even know where. I thought we're on an island right now. We're not. But I think, why would someone like Andrew go and someone? He can get like unlimited pay. Why cause a headache for yourself?
That's what I'm saying. He's too good with women. He is. He's too good with women.
Why go and pay a lawyer? Why give more money to the government? He could just join my queue.
You could just join my queue.
Seen him there multiple times.
All right, I was with you till then. Bonnie's based. Bonnie understands the world very well. I think that's why we kind of understand each other. She understands the world very well. Of course, I haven't wrecked anyone. What I did was not buy girls handbags who wanted handbags, and then they did what women do, which is cry.
They want attention and they want money.
Of course, they want attention and money. And everyone with a brain knows they want attention and money.
Did they cry, or was it the system that came for you first?
Well, this is the thing. When the system starts calling every single woman and promises them money, and you've slept with a bunch of them, they only need to find 1 or 2 out of the 1,000, and then there you go. And then they can raise criminal charges on you, which is what they did to me. They call 1,000 women, they find a couple who want money or fame, and they get them to make lies up about you so that the government can attack you. This is my point by and large. This is why, if anyone's confused about my opinions on anything, I want you to understand, men now, we are such second-class citizens. We have no authority, we have no autonomy, we have nothing left inside of us because we have no capability to even defend ourselves against heinous allegations which are raised in retrospect of action. We're expected to pay all the taxes. We're expected to build the roads. We're expected to go to work every day. We're expected to die in a ditch if the country needs defending. We're expected to stay on the boat when the boat is sinking. We're expected to do all of these things. But it turns out the government and women can wreck us by and large. We are nothing but slaves and serfs to the matriarchy now. And because we live in
That's true. I agree with that. That's true. Because it's like, I have to put not all women. I'm so sick of saying this. But I'm back on YouTube, so I will. I'm going to say it. Not all women. Not all women. Not all, not all, not all. Basically, I think some men learn from a young age that women have a ton of power in this society. So it's interesting because women police speech for the society that men build, maintain the infrastructure. It's so obvious. Men create things so women can feel like they're doing work. Not all. Some women do real work. Some women. You're telling me to be brave. Yeah, being brave cost me $1 million. No. At what cost? At what cost? I'll be brave on my own platform. But so I think the kind of men, I think in a way what I went through was what men go through. Can you guys imagine being honest at work? Like when Shirley at work gives an idea on a project or gives her opinion. And imagine if you turned over and said, that's a stupid opinion. You'd be fired and lose money. So we get all this power to just reiterate dumb stuff like all the time. And then you get the other men saying, hey, don't talk to her like that. Boom, cooked. You're done. You're done. And that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. So I really understand what you guys go through, because when I start talking about these issues or giving my opinions on the world, the women, I went to the gym the other day, guys. I went to the gym. Women are so critical.
this matriarchal system
Oh, shit.
where men are
Women are so critical. They criticize every part about you. I went to a gym the other day, and this woman, I was in LA for Jesse Lee Peterson's show. And I went to an LA Fitness, and I was doing these like mobility squats. And I'm trying to get my heels on the ground. Like normally when you squat, your heels are up. And so it looked kind of weird, but I don't care. I'm just squatting. Some girl made a TikTok talking about my squat form. I'm like, bitch, I'm sorry. I'm swearing a lot. I'm sorry, Steve M in the chat. I'm sorry. So, like, they criticize everything about you, every little thing. And I realize it's the nagging and the criticize. Like, your tone is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And then you're like, why are you watching? Why are you interacting with me if you just can't stand? Why don't you go to the other side of the gym? I'm not going to follow, you know. Anyways, I'm going to continue. No, do you know what? It's not a good habit. It's a habit I have, and it's really not a good habit. It's not. I wish I didn't have it. But sometimes saying, can I just squat in peace? It's just not the same as, can a bitch squat? You know, it's just not, it doesn't have the same ring, you know. They criticize my running. It's like, what? Yeah. Yeah, like I ran a marathon this fall and I posted my time and they're like, you're so slow. It's like, bitch, you run a marathon. Why don't you do it? Anyways. Can we agree that Bonnie's attractive? Oh, she's super pretty. I don't really think she looks as old as everyone says. I think she looks like 27. People always look older on camera. Like they say I look 40. Maybe I do, but I know women are the not all, but a lot of women, they're the mean ones. They're the ones they criticize. And you're just like, anyways.
Are absolutely abused. Nobody gives a shit about our mental health. Nobody gives a shit about our physical health. All we talk about is breast cancer. That's not even the top 10 cancers, I believe. I think prostate cancer's 10 times the amount. Nobody gives a f if men die.
They don't. They do not care. Society is like dying to solve women's problems for us. Pearl Reed, but now you're back with a vengeance. I'm back with a vengeance, but I can't sell the you know what t-shirts. That was one of the things. That it was pretty funny, the YouTube meeting. I want to tell you guys the story so bad because it was pretty funny.
Nobody gives a f we kill ourselves. Nobody cares we do worse in school.
What if you came back well human every night? You would feel better about life. Someone would love to be with you. If you would, wait, a well human? Guys, okay. This is my job. Do you know what I mean? This is like, I understand with, you know, talking about the topics that I talk about. People are very curious as to what I do in my personal. I really do understand it, and I've been on The Viewer on this. But I gotta be honest. The internet isn't a great place when they dox people in my life. You know what I mean? Anyways, I gotta continue.
Nobody cares. Most of us go to jail. They don't care about any of it. So we are slaves. So what I do as a slave is say, well, if I'm a slave here in this system, then I don't see why I need to be responsible enough to worry about paying for this kid, for example. If you're going to treat me like a and the government's going to come along like Big Daddy, is going to poison my woman's mind so she doesn't listen to me, is going to rape me in a divorce court, is going to throw me in jail based on false allegations, then how about you pay for the fucking children? That's my view.
What do you think about that? Do you think like men are the lowest in society now?
I think men, if they speak out, they literally don't have a word against women nowadays. Especially there is a lot of men that get away with it, and that's terrible. But there's a lot of girls that just haven't got the right way, and the next day they cry. And I'm not saying that's all women. It does happen. It happens regardless. But like blaming Andrew for that, it's just girls that want attention. Those girls come forward like, oh my God, I'm the girl that Andrew Tate raped. Their Instagram will shoot through the roof. They'll get paid. They'll probably get some sort of clothing brand deal because it's, oh my God, it's women empowerment. Look, you spoke out against someone that's, you know, so hated. They'll be credited, even though their stories are fake. They're the ones that will get praised.
100%. She's the most honest woman of all. This is exactly what men should be hoping for to meet a woman this honest. Because most women,
I'm not going to hide my past. I'm not going to say, you know what, I'm really innocent. I'll say, you know what, I have 1,057 men. Yes, I want to get to a body goal of 10,000. But I am honest. I'm not hiding it. My phone hasn't got a password. Like, I am just so open and transparent.
You want to get to a body count of 10,000 men?
Yeah.
Would you rather meet Bonnie?
I gotta look at. I know you guys think it's crazy. I know, and the comments in the last video were crucifying me for this, but you gotta respect somebody that lives life on their own terms and doesn't apologize to people they don't owe apologies to. I don't really think Bonnie's doing anything wrong. I don't. I think it's kind of gross. I wouldn't do it. But 40% of men aren't getting sex. Somebody's got to do it. So.
Who tells you all of this, or a woman who goes, oh, really? No, I haven't really done much, when she's done everything and she's been told. She's lying to you. And then you marry her believing she's a good girl. And then she takes you to the divorce court and completely wrecks you. You know what? Men say, oh, my woman's not a gold digger. Go to divorce court. Don't talk about gold diggers. Go to divorce court and you will soon learn that every single female on the planet wants your money. All. I've never seen anybody go to divorce court and say, she's not after my money, funnily enough. She just wants to get a divorce.
Yeah, that's true.
No, every single time
The women take the house.
They want to take everything. They're all gold diggers. So it's actually very interesting. I respect Bonnie because you know exactly what you're getting. If you show me a scorpion, and I know you're a scorpion, fine. Don't put a scorpion in a bunny suit. You understand?
With me, you get good technique and money.
You get it's all.
That's how hoes get married. Because at the end of the day, men still run a cost-benefit analysis. They do. King Rob, I am not reading that. I'm not. I know you paid for it. I'm not reading that. I'm not. Nope. I'm not reading that.
Honest. I respect the honesty of it. And people are going to sit here, and there are people who do it. They're going to sit here and go, what Bonnie Blue does is disgusting. Ain't that right, babe? Ain't that right, babe? And they'll hold Babe's hand, knowing that Babe's worse. Babe's a skank. They met her in a pub, three Jägermeisters in. She's prepared to that guy, whoever he is, who's a nobody. You're watching this at home, all you guys watching this at home. And you think your wife really loves you. Do you think I couldn't take your bitch? Of course I could. She chose you because she ain't met me, bruv. That's it. So, like, you're pretending your wife's any better? It's bullshit. I love Bonnie's honesty. And she knows. I'm going to bring her to court. You're my lawyer. I'm adding you to legal.
Can you imagine if you brought her to court?